I'm like, you guys are making something out of fucking nothing.
Trump, tell us,
Nothing.
Trump, what are we going to do with Iran and the Strait of Hormuz?
You have the worst Trump impersonation. Like, why are you even doing it?
Wow,
like,
that's you're so nasty. This is a nasty person. We're
you suck at it. You really do. You suck at it.
We're going to get rid of your license, okay? That's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's it.
So, but we love straight people in the Strait of Hormuz. We love them. We're trying to get people involved with NATO, but they're not doing the right thing. So we're going to have to throw them into the gulag. And
really, go get a job.
I'm going to do that myself.
Amazing.
I'm going to do that.
Because you suck at it. Go get a job.
You're the only person that thinks that, actually.
I'm sorry.
You're the only person in the entire chat and TikTok thinks I'm fantastic.
Think that I'm just one.
You're crashing out. And you're talking to your daughter about sugary sweets, and those are not good for her. But
don't mute me. Who just muted
RFK
me?
I didn't.
Said that you can have no red dye.
You did, James?
No, I did not. I said.
Well,
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't want her to eat a bunch of sugar. What's wrong with that?
We love sugar. Okay.
Oh, I know you do.
We're getting rid of the.
Well, I know you do. You guys love sugar.
I love sugar that is involved with.
That's why you guys are so amped up all the time.
I make it snow in this bitch. You understand? I do that.
Yeah, that's amazing. You guys are so amped up all the time.
Montana, I have to take Sudafed. I take Sudafed, snow, and a lot of other things to get me to be out of my dementia. And I do that on a daily basis so that I'm fantastic. That's why sometimes I say things that don't really make sense or are crazy. That you,
Mr. President, did you find any additional snow in the White House when you arrived this time around? I'm just
curious. There's a lot in there from my son Donald.
No, you mean
Junior. He loves to ski, but he loves to ski. He does it very well.
Hey, Trump, what's going on? What's going on with your neck, Trump?
I was about to ask that. Get out of my head.
Well, I've got a problem
with
What's
going on with his neck? What's going on with his neck? You guys
Excuse me. Who is this girl? Where did she come from? Is she from Montana? We're going to have to send her back because they're not sending their best. They're not sending their best. They're not.
No, you just suck at your imitation of Trump. You suck at it.
You know what I love is that he's only giving to you what Trump gives out consistently, and you cannot stand it for 2 seconds.
What are you talking about?
I think
Montana, laugh.
You really think that I'm crashing?
Relax a little,
it's
hilarious.
You've literally been crashing out for 20 minutes.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Tell us, POTUS.
It is so stupid when you crash out, Montana. It's embarrassing too, and weird.
It's such a bad impersonation. It's not even funny. This is horrible. I can't even believe it. It's horrible. Why is he doing this?
Piggy. Quiet, Piggy. Okay, that's what we're saying. We say quiet, Piggy.
Quiet, Piggy. Quiet, Piggy. What else do I need for the house clean?
Mr. President, what
if you think that I have a top tier?
We need some more milk.
If you think that I have a fantastic impression, put a 1 in the chat, please, to show Montana she's fantastically terrible. Thank you.
I don't.
Mr. President, when can we see our gas prices start to go down and affordability really start to hit the American people?
Well, we're doing a fantastic job with the Strait of Hormuz.
Oh no!
People and take it over, but NATO.
Israel
said no.
trying to shut them out.
They said no.
Why isn't NATO coming to our side, Mr. President?
I actually thought the
Maestro,
6 countries wrote a letter saying that they were going to comply. I mean, it seemed like a total capitulation by some of these NATO feckless NATO countries. Now they've capitulated to the
now
president.
They're feckless.
Well, no, I mean they were feckless, and now they're pretending like they're not as feckless, and they're capitulating. I think is what's going on.
We've been the only country to call upon NATO. Did you know that? And they came and fought with us in Afghanistan and Iraq, but they're feckless now.
Yeah, now things change, over the years for sure.
Yes,
Like when,
because
Well,
when
I'm
they
going
didn't,
to
when they didn't pay, when they didn't pay their bills for
Thank you.
25 years. Yeah, that wasn't cool.
Excuse me, they tried to silence me, Montana's people. They came in here, they said, no Trump. They said,
What?
I can't talk. And so now we're
Who tried
talking
to-
about the straight people and your moose, okay?
I've never had you up on my live, CPAC. I don't know what you're talking about.
And
It's
they
a
used to be
joke.
straight.
Calm
They got rid of
down.
the gays,
CPAC.
and now we're taking over
CPAC.
the straight with a lot of oil. Probably as much oil as a Diddy party. That's what we're doing. It's
That's a lot of oil.
Trust me. It's a fantastic amount of oil. We call it Diddy Straight Your Moose. That's what we're doing. It's fantastic.
If we can't laugh at this together, then what can we laugh at? You know, that's good stuff.
Mr. President, I have a question that obviously I have to be the one to ask. Are we to expect any more movement with the Epstein files? Could we see some accountability?
This is a hoax created by the Democrats. It's a nasty hoax. You know, do you talk about these people? Jeffrey was a creep, okay? Together. And I kicked him out. I said, get the hell out of here. I said, get him out of here. And we threw him outside, and then he became even more of a creep. And then we got rid of him. And I think I did a tremendous job. So, no, you won't see any of the files. You won't see any more because I did everything correct.
But Mr. President, we just saw an unredacted file that just got released on the House floor between your attorneys and Jeffrey's attorneys, where your attorneys admitted that Jeffrey actually wasn't a member and was never kicked out of Mar-a-Lago. What do you have to say to that?
Oh, Jaden's here. Uh-oh. You gotta let Jaden up because, you know, he's also a Trump impersonator.
Oh, deal.
Hey, I'll drop voluntarily for that.
Okay, Miss Heather.
You need dueling Trumps.
Heather, I want to thank you, Heather, for coming up. You've been fantastic. Thank you so very much. I appreciate what you've brought to the table.
This is going to be Montana and Clint's dream, a genuine Trump echo chamber. I'm so excited.
This is tremendous. We
It's
have
not at all. I don't have an echo chamber. Excuse me. I don't have an echo chamber in my room.
You're excused, ma'am.
Thank you, though.
You can't have
thank
an
you
echo chamber
Thank you
when
for
you live
thank you for
outside,
thinking
but
that. Thank you for
listen,
thinking
it's
that.
tremendous.
I
We love all the great
appreciate
people
you
from
guys. I
Kentucky.
do.
Excuse me. Listen,
Yeah,
we're having a
excuse
tremendous
you.
time. Remember, listen, you're being so nasty to me. Look at this
I'm not
lady
being
over here. She's
nasty. I
you're
just think
such you're such a nasty woman. I bet you use two-ply toilet paper, don't you? You're so nasty. Single ply over here, they call her. But let me tell you, we're doing a tremendous job, and I am absolutely keeping with my promise of no new wars. That's wars. That's plural with an S. You can start one, and I did it. Isn't it fabulous? We're doing a tremendous thing right now. We're drilling, baby, drilling, and we're killing, baby, killing, as we say. We got rid of DEI, so you can DIE.
Is this another one that's trying to
it's
pretend to be Trump?
tremendous.
Oh my God.
This isn't pretending, Toots. Let me tell you, we're doing a tremendous job, and you don't like it. I don't know why you hate progress. We're going to be winning so much, you're going to vomit, frankly. And I think you should be saying thank you to
God,
me. You
gag
didn't even
me.
come in here and say, I can
You guys
gag you.
don't have
I can
anything
slap and gag you.
else with your
Listen,
fucking. You
let
don't
me
have
tell
anything
you,
to do with your life. Just
You
stop
wanna talk
talking. You're
about-
boring
I'm
the shit out of me.
I'm
I really
actually a
want to
voice
start
actor.
debating and actually talking about politics.
We could
instead
do
of
that
you
in a
pretending.
moment, but it's just,
No,
it's
you-
so
you
funny
really
because
suck
of
at
how
this.
irritated
Both of you do.
get. You want to talk
Yeah.
about
You're
sucking? We
super-
could talk about
yeah,
what's
you
in the Epstein
no, you
files.
suck.
But
You suck,
listen,
period.
excuse me, you're so angry.
No,
You're so
no,
mad.
I'm not angry.
You've
I'm
got
not mad.
smoke coming
I'm
out
not
of your
mad.
ears. Let me just do my bit real quick.
Well,
Let me tell you,
excuse
You
me.
want
I
to
don't
talk
think
about
I
gagging?
do.
I have created more
You should,
jobs.
I'm at the grocery
Excuse
store. You're such a
me.
goober. You're in the
I
grocery
created the
store.
word grocery,
and
by the
people
way,
are
but
looking
let me
at me
tell
like,
you-
who in the fuck is talking right now?
People, I can
I'm
assure
like
you,
this
people do
stupid
not look at
goober.
you. You're like a
I don't know
total
what to
2.5.
I'm telling people
But let
that
me
I got to
tell you,
mute.
excuse
I'm so
me.
sorry. This
That's
guy,
not
this
true.
is so
People don't talk to
embarrassing.
you. She's still
Bullshit.
talking. Can you
I'm
please
at the grocery
silence
store.
her?
You wanna see?
Silence
Okay,
her like
hold on.
E. Jean
Hold
Carroll,
on.
please. Let me me tell you about something. I've created so many jobs for American women. There's this great new company we're investing in. It's a tremendous 3-letter agency. Okay, it's called NDA, and we've created so many jobs for women. All they have to do is shut the fuck up, and I can apply you to one of these jobs. It's a tremendous job. I don't know what you're showing me, probably someplace I've never been to, but we could hit you with one of those jobs. It would be so fabulous. It would create lots of great income, great for this economy. It would be beautiful, frankly. Is that a black for Trump?
Imagine wandering around in Publix, yelling
No,
at a
go ahead. Do it some
phone
more. He's ready.
because
Yeah.
you're so fucking
Hold on.
obsessed.
Hey, Mr.
Look
President.
at my African American over
Excuse
here.
me, we love that. We love Publix people. We love to be in public, and we do it. in
My
public.
God. I feel
You're not
bad
from
for
one of
her
those
now.
shithole countries, are you?
I genuinely feel
I'll tell you
bad
that.
for her now.
You're
It's
running
pretty
around
sad.
in Publix.
This is
You're
clinical.
so nasty. You do it. Doing that in Publix, okay?
You're a nasty woman, a
Keep
single
it
ply
there.
woman.
I gotta be honest. I want to hear Montana with her microphone on right now. Like, who is she talking to? The black for Trump.
She's talking to her African American. That's who she's talking to. She's talking
Somebody
to
who
the
wanted to
blacks.
ask her if she smelled burnt toast.
Montana, turn your mic on. Turn your mic on, Montana.
Absolutely. I'm praying for our nation.
Absolutely. Isn't this tremendous?
Like, this is like,
And here's I'm in a live right now with a bunch of liberals.
okay,
Okay, and my co-host and myself are the only conservatives up there.
okay.
Okay, so,
Yeah,
this is, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's asking if we're praying for our country. Okay.
I
Praying
am.
for you right now.
Yeah, you're on camera.
What's going on, people?
What's up, man?
Pray as you make
He asked her to do that Roman salute.
No, we don't.
We don't know each other.
Ask her to do that Roman salute.
Hold on.
He
Hold on.
wants to lick your toes. He wants to lick
No,
your
see,
toes.
these people are rude. They're rude because they're a bunch of Democrats. They're super
Ask
rude.
her to do the salute that she says is no big deal.
What?
No.
I've never done this. See, but this is
Yeah.
Then do it
They're
now.
lying.
Come on.
Please touch your number.
At the end
Come
of
on,
the
support your
listen,
area
hold on, let's
roots
hear
and
him,
do
let's
the
hear him.
Roman salute.
Can I speak?
Yes, sir.
So I'm a veteran. I'm a Marine, right? Business owner.
One of
I'm
those
a
suckers and
conservative.
losers.
I'm a conservative, right? But I'm gonna tell you honestly, right now, I think we need to forget about Republican and Democrat. We need to start focusing on the human beings.
Yes,
Can I
sir.
ask you something? Were you
Hold on,
ever
guys.
captured in
Guys,
war?
hold on, guys.
Wait, it's my turn.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I think as human beings, there are things that are completely out of order. And if we really take a look at ourselves as human beings, we can really discern what's right and what's wrong. I'm
Speak
not
on
talking
it.
about for the country. I'm saying
Is
what's
Trump right or
and
wrong?
for human beings,
Yes, sir.
right? And that's my concern. Let's forget about politics. Put politics to the side. Let's look at where are we right now as a nation, and how are we treating each other as human beings. And if your moral compass,
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
That is so nasty. They silenced her like Charlie
we're having
Kirk.
sexual relations with
Yeah.
our daughter, and that's what we're doing. We sexualize our daughter. Those human beings. I'll tell you
That is so
much.
sad.
Now they don't
James,
want
that
even
was
want us
actually
to-
really cool.
We got a violation for a woman on the street interview.
That
Wow.
that was really cool, and I would have loved to see that play out.
Now
too.
they don't want us to even think about Trump. That's how bad it's gotten for him.
It's
Clint-
kind of interesting because, like, you give them quotes of things that
Well, I
he
don't even
said
know
and
what that
done.
means.
She got a violation, right? I had to. I had no choice. I would never just drop Montana. Please, you know me better than that. Come on now.
What was the violation, James?
Let's see. Montana's live content contains themes that some might find uncomfortable. If they remain in your live will be unavailable for audiences.
That's
Wow.
That's
TikTok
either
is
the
racist. Holy
That's
smokes.
AI, bro. That's just AI bullshit.
yeah, that's
AI.
Two
ridiculous.
brown people on camera is just too much, evidently.
What?
Yeah, for sure.
What's up,
Astromat,
Jaden?
I'm lying. You got me there. What's up? How you doing, Jaden?
Oh, I'm doing well. And yourself?
Good. I'm also well, man. Thanks for coming up, dude. I don't think I've ever had the pleasure of speaking with you.
No, yeah, I don't believe I have met you either, but I saw Z-Pack was trolling earlier. And I like to troll with the Trump voice. It's pretty fun, but I like to debate as well.
Sure. So how do you
Jaden does more debate talk than me, so he has a pretty large platform, and so definitely that is where you want to be if you're going to be debating. I just mostly just troll.
I love both.
I have to tell you, Z-Pack, you stunned me. Like the level of nuance to your impersonation is pretty much undetectable. Like, I mean, you're both brilliant, but like, holy shit, Z-Pack.
Are you doing the accordion hands the whole time?
Yes, you have to do the character.
You got to do the hands. You have to do the hands. It's the only way. It's the only way it works.
So you do it with your own hands, or you use those little doll hands?
That is so rude of you. That is so offensive. Your body shaming me. So much for the tolerant radical left, fascist, Marxist, racist, ist, liberals you people are. So nasty.
And we're doing that from a lot of different places, and we're fighting it in the back of the Strait of Hormuz, and that's fantastic.
That's right. And let me tell you, people are talking about energy costs. Let me tell you, we've invested in this great organization, okay? This person, the founder of it, he endorsed me. He's a whiz at what he does, and it's called Triple K. And let me tell you about Triple K. It's been running this country, it's been running this country for 300 years now, and it runs solely on white power. We love that. We're going to invest
Is his name
so much in
David?
white power. Excuse me, it could be. There's a lot of people, lots of Davids, and we don't know. We're looking into that, but we love
Could one of you guys do Trump the other morning talking about how nobody foresaw Iran firing at their neighbors? That was just
absolutely
so wonderful.
nobody saw it. I especially couldn't foresee that after the recent eclipse that I stared at. But lots of people, they couldn't tell us. It was like a surprise. It was like a surprise birthday party. If your name is Prince Andrew, that's the kind of surprise it was. It was horrible, frankly. So
well,
nasty
actually, the surprise was like Pearl Harbor, and they did a fantastic job. But nobody gets me more excited than Arnold Palmer. I'll tell you that. That guy was Arnold Palmer.
What about Arnold Palmer do you guys like so much? Is this his
He was
golfing
all
ability?
man.
He had his
was
own
all
personal
man.
golf club attached to him, frankly, and he was a great guy, tremendous guy.
Was it
He
like a
loved
putter
Trump.
or a driver?
You know, I don't kiss and tell, but let me tell you, he's a tremendous guy, frankly, great guy, a wonderful golfer.
Let me tell you guys something really quick. There's 400 people in here. If you guys aren't entertained right now, I don't know what you find entertaining. This is gold.
Agreed. Well done.
Tap the screen, share out the live. Make sure to bless the people on this panel. They're doing a fantastic job.
My favorite part about what I said to Montana was I literally quoted Trump verbatim yesterday when he was talking about his little toy stealth bomber.
Yes.
He was just like, give me that sucker. Let me give that thing a hug.
Now listen, what I want to say really quickly. No, you're good. Is that there is so much humor in just the dumb shit that he says that I find myself laughing almost daily or every other day about the dumb shit he says and the way in which he says it.
That is so wrong.
You know, as hysterical as you guys are, and you're very, very good at this, for me, the thought of her wandering around yelling in a supermarket because she's just overwhelmed by somebody imitating Dear Leader. I mean, that's going to keep my heart warm.
I don't want to talk about
another
her.
customer can overhear it.
Look, I don't want to.
And
I don't
like
want to
in-
talk about her if she's not here. Right? That's just not. I don't want enough. That's not fair.
Fair enough.
Thank you, guys.
Tremendous. Let me tell you,
At
I
any
spoke to
moment.
a former president who said, I wish that I did what you did with Iran. I think it was President Newsom. But there's some great people out there, okay? We won't say, but some great people who truly support me. They support what I'm doing. It's true.
I may have to take a call at any point. So if I just dip, that's what happens. You know,
Right on. Yeah,
I'm
fair
out
enough.
here.
Are you, Mr. President? am seeing new reports that we are moving more and more military assets to the Middle East, which are these assets are key in providing support for ground troop operations. Are we going to have boots on the ground?
We might. Listen, there's a lot of things we might have on the ground. We might have flip-flops. We might have sneakers, all sorts of shoes these days. But you want to talk about these assets? We have big, tremendous assets in this administration. And with big assets comes great big balls. And let me tell you, because we have such great big balls, we're building a tremendous ballroom to store these balls. Kamala Harris and the heavy artillery Clinton, they would have never had balls like we've got balls, but we're having the biggest of balls, the most fabulous balls. We might even have our balls outside so they can get a little wet. But that's the thing. We're not having that greatness. We don't have strength. We need strength. We need energy. We need strinergy. And they didn't believe in that, but we're bringing that all the way through the Middle East right now.
I've got one hard-hitting question for you.
Tremendous?
Yes. So when it comes to Israel and the imminent threat that you say that we had on our assets in the Middle East, when Israel came to you and said, listen, we are going to strike Iran, and as soon as we do that, they're going to hit your assets in the region. Why didn't you tell Israel to sit the F down, little bro? We are in the middle of negotiations. Why are we letting Israel dictate what we do?
Let me tell you, nobody bosses America around. But I got to tell you, I talked to Netanyahu, and he's got that mean eye, that stink eye. You know when a teacher looks at you and they're about to say some shit and you don't want to be put on the spot? I can't stand that shit. It was really unnerving. I couldn't do it. So I golfed for a little bit to take my mind off of it. And all of a sudden, he's attacking these people. He's going at it, and it's a really big thing. It's a horrible thing, but... You know, I didn't like what he did. Will I call him out? Probably not, but I didn't like it.
Well, it seems as if you have one of your supporters.
This guy. Look at this guy. Well, this guy is fantastic. He's sitting in his car, he's wearing his Trump hat. And
Was that hat made in China?
I did make that in China, but that's fantastic. So what do you have to say for yourself, John Trainer? You traitor, actually. So nasty.
Well, I don't appreciate being talked to like that, but that's okay. You're having fun. Go ahead.
It's how I speak to people. I will talk to you however I want to. You voted for this.
I see that. Same thing you complain about, isn't it?
Wrong. It's funny. You're complaining about it.
So nasty.
It's okay when a Democrat does it, but if a Republican does it, it's wrong.
Quiet piggy.
Yeah, okay.
John, so honestly, John, what do you have to say about the war in Iran right now? Like, how do you feel about it as somebody that... Go ahead.
I got in yesterday right as you were going off the air.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you remember that or not.
I do.
I don't remember much these days.
I got to talk to that idiot.
No. Go ahead.
Anyway.
You voted for it.
Go ahead, John. What do you
Yes,
got?
I did. Here's what upsets me as I look around our country. We have millions of people here that are here because their country was run by dictators and they felt they weren't safe there, so they came here for sanctuary until their country gets their shit together and gets to where it would be safe. And we've been doing this for 25, 30 years. Mm-hmm. Trump came in and did something completely different. First, he shut the border down. And he's saying, I'm not allowing anybody else coming in. That's it. I'm done. But what he is doing is he's going over to these countries and he's getting the dictators out of there. And he's telling the people, if you want a country, you start running it because you're not coming here anymore. So that's the choice. So in that respect, I think it's fantastic. Nobody else has had the balls to do it or anything else. They've all talked about it. I heard some statements by Hillary and Obama and all them over the last couple of days that say the same thing that Trump's saying. But that's all they did was talk about it. He's the first one that acted on it. And
let me tell you, we love guerrilla warfare. We love guerrillas so much we tweeted the Obamas as guerrillas. But let me tell you, excuse me, let me tell you, I have no idea what I'm doing with Venezuela. It's funny because I abandoned Greenland. Remember, you guys wanted me to annex that in Canada, 51st, 52nd state. We're doing away with leaders, and then we're letting them pick up the pieces. And it's funny because the vice president, remember that? The vice president of Venezuela, that's who's in charge. I don't even know her fucking name. And they gave me the Peace Prize for that. But she's running the place. She's the second in command. They've got the son of this guy, Khamenei, running Iran. It's like they're not even getting rid of these people. It's like second verse, same as the first. And we're just going to keep on dusting us $65 billion in the first 60 days. And we're asking for more of your money, more taxpayer dollars to go for these regime change wars. Isn't that sad? We haven't even done anything that materially impacts these people for the better, creating a worse refugee state, if anything.
You know, I waited a couple hours. I waited a couple hours to come on here to have to deal with this.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I got you here. Look, I'll make this very, very simple and very, very quick. Okay. All right. I got rid of the 2 Trump impersonators. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming up, providing that entertainment. It was very, very funny from where I sit. I can understand how that would be annoying right now for you, John. I am interested in having a legitimate conversation. Okay. So that's why I dropped them down, and let's engage, John.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I think it's very entertaining too, and I thought it was very funny. But when they're doing that to talk to someone that's trying to be in a conversation, then it becomes rude, and then it becomes, whatever. But I appreciate that you did drop them down.
Understood.
Okay, I'll actually.
I got on here yesterday because I started listening and I was getting upset. So I wanted to come on and say something, which happened today too. I didn't realize it was you until I was in it for about half an hour, and then I realized it was your station. You have a woman on here that constantly, talking about Trump and this, that, and the other, which is her right, But here's the problem: the Democrats don't understand. They seem to think that they're the only ones that are allowed to say things and call people names and do that. The only way that people can respond, unfortunately, because we don't have the old days where they could go out in the corner and fight with each other, is to talk back and to, say things back. I think it's all childish. But here's the bottom line. Donald Trump is the president. Whether we like it or not, he is the president for another 2.5, 3 years. And that's it. That's the bottom line. So shouldn't we be trying to prop him up and make his presidency the best it can be? And then give reasons during the debate for the next presidency why they think that there's going to be a better solution than the 4 years that he was overseeing our country?
Yeah.
Is that what you guys did for Biden?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, John. Did you have that same sentiment during the Biden years? Like, you know what? I disagree with the guy, but I'm going to put my full weight and support behind him because I love my country more than my politics. Be honest.
I have no. Yes. I put my full weight behind the Democrat Party, not behind Joe Biden. I don't think you want my answer. I really don't think you do.
I'm legitimately curious, or I wouldn't ask you.
So I was in a situation where all I had was news for 18 years.
Okay.
And I tried to weed through people talking and what they were saying, and I tried to understand what might be real, what might not be real. During COVID, of course, I was down a little bit, and because of my job, I was in a union, labor's union, and I watched every minute of both debates, and I saw how information was presented, and I saw the tricks that were being played. Donald Trump got elected the first time because the Democrats made a big mistake. They didn't quit talking about him. On social media, it was 24/7, 28/7, and they realized they made a mistake. So this time they took him off of social media. I believe, and this is my personal belief, I think Obama and his crew went to Joe and made a deal. And I think they told him, listen, we're going to make you president. and your wife's going to babysit you, and you're going to stay on vacation as long as you possibly can until we need you here, but we're going to run the country. That's what I believe went on for that 4 years. And I believe Kamala was brought in to get the black vote because they needed a black vice president for him. And I think she was told the same thing. And then
Could you answer the question that was posed to you, please?
Yeah.
Did you support Biden the same way you're asking us to support Trump?
I never supported Biden because I don't believe he was the president, but I certainly supported the Democrat Party because they were in power.
So,
okay, real quick, do you believe that Biden wouldn't have secured the black vote if not for Kamala Harris?
I think everybody knew that he was getting up there and possibly senile, and I think
That's not what I
needed.
asked.
I think they needed that extra percent of votes. Yes.
Why would they need the extra percentage if
I
in the
believe.
previous,
I absolutely.
but in the
believe that.
previous election, 2016, 92% of black voters voted for Hillary Clinton. Why would there have been such a vast rift from Trump's 4 years that would have swayed them over to the Republican Party?
They needed Donald Trump to have a felony on his record to get 5 or 7% of the country to not vote for him.
Wait, but that happened after the selection of the first black vice president.
This is the tactic that the Democrats have. It's like people sitting around cooking spaghetti. They throw it against the wall to see if it'll stick. To say if
Your
it's done.
timeline doesn't make sense. You say that he selected Harris because they were worried about his ability to secure the black vote, and now you're throwing in charges that happened 4 years after that selection.
You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. I am doing that, and I'm saying that the playbook has whatever it will take to get that percentage of vote extra because it's so divided, 50-50. It's so divided that they're doing everything they possibly can to get that extra few votes.
It's not extra. It's an overwhelming majority of black voters in America support the Democratic Party. I don't see why they would need to squeak that out. Even if Biden had the whitest vice president, black people would still be pretty solidly in line with voting for these policies, this party. He wouldn't have to select a black person to do that.
Looks like that didn't work out so well this last time around. Just saying.
I'm wondering about this vast conspiracy that can.
They still vote. No, that is true. Black people did vote majority in favor of the Democratic Party, even with the white vice president.
Just not enough to beat Donald Trump.
Right. But that wasn't skewed based on how many black people voted. It was white people that determined this election.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. The African Americans have their part. I mean,
of course they do. They're a small part of the electorate.
It's been ever before in history, ladies and gentlemen.
But they're a small part of the electorate, right? And I think
I'm wondering about this conspiracy.
Now we're trying to make black people small. I mean, are you kidding me?
No, I'm giving you
the electorate and the population. No matter how many black people voted for Trump, wouldn't have made the difference in terms of the overall electoral count. That's the point that I'm making. That is factual.
Okay.
I'm wondering about this conspiracy that's so vast and persuasive that it could actually get to the jury in a New York State felony trial for the 34 felonies he picked up, but is so incompetent that it couldn't rig the 2024 election.
Let's talk about
too big.
Thank you, Christina.
They had 91 felonies brought against him, and they needed one conviction. They used one that was actually misdemeanors.
Right.
No, and they were
now we're going to get the Trump law school version.
Hold on. Please listen. Please let John get his complete thought out before we interject. Please. I'm begging of you guys. One thing that I will say before you go back on, John, is this. I think that 34 felonies, that was a distraction and stupid of the Democratic Party in terms of this. The focus shouldn't have been there. The focus should have been with Merrick Garland not being feckless and bringing on the not only the documents, but also to subvert the will of the people with his Green Bay sweep, as Ron Navarro so eloquently put it on Fox News.
Okay.
But that wasn't overseen by the Department of Justice. That was overseen by Manhattan's DA Alvin Bragg's office that charged him 34 felony counts.
Yes.
You can call it a distraction. He still broke the law. And it would still apply even if he wasn't elected.
Go ahead.
I'm going to. So I never really mentioned it before, but during that period, I was in federal custody for 18 and a half years. And during that time, most of my time in there, I spent in the law library. I went in without knowing anything, and I was taught by a few lawyers, and then I was taught by myself. And I started studying how law is presented. The most powerful person in the country is the prosecutor. He has broad discretionary power, and without him bringing charges, it doesn't matter what anybody says. He's the one that presents the evidence, and he's the one that those thoughts up. So I'm saying that to say this. You got me off track here. I forgot exactly what I was saying when that gentleman interrupted me.
That's all right.
But no, what was I talking about when he interrupted me? Because it's very important.
It was in New York State.
You got it. Yep, go ahead. Yep. Prosecutors.
Okay,
I didn't interrupt, by the way.
I know exactly what I was going to say. So the charges that Trump was originally charged with were misdemeanors, and they knew that they couldn't bring them up. The statute of limitations had run out. So they had to make them into a intent of felony so that they would become a felony charge. That had to do with election interference because he was hiding it from the public, this, that, and the other. They brought the third in command from Biden's prosecution office. They brought him over to actually prosecute the case, even though it was Bragg's case. He's the one that actually prosecuted it. When the jury was given, they never really knew what he was being charged with until the end, until the judge told the jury, this is what you have. You have three scenarios. You don't have to be unanimous on all three, but as long as all of you have part of each one in your verdict, I'm going to allow that to become the verdict of a guilty verdict.
Can I respond to that?
So, in other words, he wasn't charged. They didn't go off each one and everybody had to be unanimous on each one. The fact that they chose one or two pieces of each one to make all 12 find him guilty, that's what they used.
Okay, so you're conflating three different cases right now. You're conflating the case with Georgia to say that a Justice Department official from the administration was overseeing this. No, there was not a former Justice Department official from the Biden admin that was overseeing this case. You're conflating that with the Georgia RICO case. Secondly, it did not lapse the statute of limitation because when you're president, statutes of limitations don't apply. They freeze. Hence why once it was over, they picked it up and was within that statute. Reason why it was elevated from, just a second, please, I didn't interrupt you.
Let him finish.
Reason why it was elevated from a misdemeanor to Class E felony, which is the lowest level felony, is because of New York State Penal Law 175.05 and 175.10, which is the concealment of another crime, defrauding with the intent to conceal another crime. The jury instructions were specific in that they did not have to find or agree unanimously whether or not one of those things was the, in fact, crime that was being committed and covered up. Just that one did occur. And they selected three options within that, which was tax violations, which was electoral violations, which was the intent to conceal a crime towards swaying an election. They didn't have to agree which one of those was the concealed crime, just that one did occur. And they did agree to that fact, that there was a crime that was occurred and was covered up. Hence why it was elevated to a felony, hence why it was within the statute, hence why it was prosecuted and he was charged.
Well stated. I wish I was as elegant as you are in stating that, putting that together.
Okay.
So here's my position with that. In order for a person to be charged, they have to go, of course, in front of the grand jury. But usually they have a certain crime that they bring to the grand jury. And everybody knows what that crime is. It's a very simple situation. Mm-hmm. I believe that those lawyers, those 500 lawyers that the Democrats have, were given the criminal and civil rule book, and they were told to find something that would apply. Just like with Letitia James, they found something with her that was nobody had ever been charged with that before.
So this is not true. Multiple cases
not
true.
They needed the felony conviction to get 7% of the population not to vote for him. That's the whole purpose of it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can we put down the conspiracy theory about the 500 lawyers for just a moment? Could you tell us what countries have been liberated so people can go back to them? You talked about how Trump has taken over these countries so that people can go back.
I'm not sure any of them have. Let the people decide that of those countries. Yep. We don't need to go into any of these countries. We don't need to do anything over there.
I agree.
We don't need to.
You said, unless I misunderstood, that one of the great things that Trump is doing is he's getting these people out of the country. They're going to go back to their countries because we've what? Taken them over? Liberated them?
No. You misunderstood how I presented that. What I said was he was taking the dictators out and letting the people take over their country.
Where did that happen?
Well, he did it with Noriega, or whatever his name, or that guy down
Maduro.
in Venezuela.
Maduro's
Maduro.
government is still in place.
But the people now have a chance to turn around and turn that into a viable country. That's all I'm saying.
So John, one thing.
I don't know. I don't have that answer, and nobody has in the last 35, 40 years.
And
we've
that's
taken all these people in, hoping that they will do that in these countries, and nobody has.
So John, let me ask you this then. So when President Trump is on Air Force One and he's questioned about Venezuela and their sovereignty, and who is going to take control of the country? And his response, and I'm going to give you the direct quote, his response is, you don't want to ask me that question because you won't like the answer. And then they asked it again, and he said, which means we will be in charge of Venezuela. That to me is a red flag, as it should be to everybody else.
I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000% on that. But he's also letting them know that do the right thing. I don't want to have to come in, do the right thing, but I'm going to be watching. That's what he's saying.
Why should we do that to any country that is not a direct threat or an imminent threat to us?
Okay, in replace of that, how about we take all the people that came here from these countries and we just ship them all back all at once and let them go to their own countries? Why should we even keep them here?
Are you Native American?
No, I'm not an Indian. No.
Then why aren't we sending? I don't understand this. Send them back to the country they came from. They're here legally.
No. I'm talking about the ones that are here. I'm talking about the ones that are here under the law that says because the dictators in their country are